Hello, hello, hello. My name is Konrad Agaba. I want to welcome you to this episode of Beyond Boundaries podcast with Konrad. On this particular episode, we'll be going beyond boundaries by answering this one question. What do you see? Beyond Boundaries is where to get inspired with faith-based growth hacks that will encourage you to advance in the direction of God's plan for you. Welcome back. So what do you see? When you look at yourself in the mirror, how will you describe who you are looking at right now? Are you going to define or describe yourself based on your past or on your present or the inspiring and desired future that you aspire to be, do, and to have? This question will be answered by, first of all, us looking at what we can define a dream as. My mentor, one of my revered mentors, John C. Maxwell, defines a dream as an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your mind, your will, and your emotions, empowering you to do everything you can do to achieve it. What an apt definition. On this particular lesson, we are going to be looking at a case study from the person Abraham, who championed a nation or a particular race. In Genesis 13, 14 to 15, he was inspired by these words. He said, "Open your eyes, look around, look north, south, east, and west. Everything you see, the whole land spread out before you, I will give to you and your children forever." These are the words that God spoke into his heart. And he believed them, despite the fact that at that season of his life, there was no hope for an offspring. But in the context of this particular lesson that we are going to be looking at today, we will be looking at this particular lesson from the lens of how we see ourselves, not from the lens of geographical location, race, or a nation. But as we move further, I'm going to share with you 3 kinds of people when it comes to how we see ourselves. These 3 kinds of people, the first set of people are those that look at themselves from the lens of their past. Those people operate from basically their memories. They have very little or no vision about their future. When you stay with them or discuss with them, you always hear stories about this happened in my past. I had good experiences. I had a good childhood. I had a good experience my teenage age. Or I had a very good job in the past. Yeah, they're always full of the things that happened in their past, be it negative or positive. I mean, everybody has something they desire to become, but not everyone achieves or becomes that because of how we look at ourselves, how we see ourselves. The second category of people are those that basically look at themselves from the lens of their present situation, their present circumstances. In other words, if the going is good right now, everything is good. But if the going is actually rough right now, you find them pressed into the storms of their present situations and their present circumstances. And that is not good if you are someone who is driven to become all that God has called you to be. Yes, we need our past. We need to look at our past to learn lessons. Yes, we need to look at our present situation to be able to navigate from where we are to where we need to be. But the truth is that we are not defined by our past. We are not defined by our present. We are defined by the big picture that we have in the future. That takes me to the third category of people. They are the people that look at themselves from the lens of their big picture of the future, the inspired and desired future that they aspire to be, do, and have. Those are the people who we call leaders. People who live by the law of picture, which says that people do what they see. They understand that when they look at themselves from the lens of the future, they strengthen, they stretch, and they energize their imaginations. And they see themselves be, do, and have more. And that picture that they see vividly in their imagination through the act of visualization begins to turn around, change, and affect or positively transform their behaviors, transform their words, transform their actions in a way that helps them attract into their lives that desired future that God has already inspired in their hearts. And I know that you are listening to this video because you aspire to be, do, and have more. I'm going to encourage you to develop the attitude or the habit of visualization, looking at yourself in the future and identifying the qualities you can see in yourself in that future, identifying the things you do in that future, identifying the kind of things you have in that desired future, and begin to now press into that personality, press into that person that you see in that imagined future. And the more you do that, the more you grow. The more you grow in character, the more you grow in the kind of people, the things and the resources you attract into your life. And that is where you and I want to be, because we are the people that want to be, do, and have more. I want to let you know or inspire you with this truth that your country, your family, your generation needs you to be, do, and have more. Above all, God wants you to be, do, and have more.